You're watching Let's Chat.
Make sure and mark your calendar. Coming up this Friday at the Chattanooga Theater Center, a production's coming out that will not only amuse you and entertain you, but it'll make you think. And one of the really neat things about it, you look towards some of the younger kids, you'll watch them thinking as well. Scott Dunlap is here, and this is Scott's, I'm not going to say your debut, but wow, you've got a whole lot, Scott. You are the director, the playwright, the writer, pretty much everything except for the cast of The Velveteen Rabbit. First of all, welcome to the studio. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
If somebody is unfamiliar with what The Velveteen Rabbit is, what's the 30-second synopsis?
Well, it's about a toy rabbit who's been given as a gift, and he wants to become real. He wants to become a real bunny. It predates Toy Story by about 100 years, but,
right.
But it kind of has a similar vibe.
How long did it take you to write this? Because as I understand it, you conceptualized it, and then you had to mull it around for a little bit, and you had to get it from here onto paper. How long did that whole process take?
Surprisingly, it was pretty. I won't say easy, but it came pretty fluidly. I did this actually during our shutdown in 2020.
Right.
So I dusted it off, brought it back out, reread it, and said, wait, did I actually write this? This is pretty good. I like it.
Were you happy when you pulled it out and did the reread on it?
Yes, actually I was. I was really surprised.
Did you have to do a lot of tweaking?
Not a whole lot, not a whole lot. And I really adapted the book. There's a lot of actual text from the children's book that's in it. So just sort of would find places where I would riff and play with a character. Sure. That kind of thing. So.
One thing that I invariably, whether it's on the air or off the air, ask writers, fiction, nonfiction, doesn't matter, adult or children's literature, when you find yourself in that zone, and you know what I'm talking about, how long does that zone typically last for you? Take us through what it's like when you hit that stride, when you hit that zone, when it's you and the keyboard.
Well, I mean, I'm sort of obsessive, so once I'm in the zone, I can go for 8, 12 hours just typing and not really take even a break for eating, you know, that kind of thing. But also sometimes you have to kind of force yourself to sit down and do it as well. Because so it just really depends where you are in the story. Frequently
a good artist knows when to put the paintbrushes down for a while,
right,
instead of continuing to finesse it. How often would you say that you were able to get into your zone, into your space when you were doing this?
Oh, I think it was about a week. I mean, it is a short play. It is for children. As I said, I was using a lot of Marjorie Williams' actual text. So it was adapting that, finding how I wanted to tell the story. And so initially, at least, it was about a week. But it was all locked down. There wasn't much else to do.
Not to mention the incredible sense of accomplishment that I know you feel when you get to the end of a chapter, or in this case, the finished product. It's amazing. My hat is off to you, and much respect to you for bringing this to life. And it's going to be at the Theater Center in the Round, correct?
We're in the Thrust, in the Circle Theater, which is, we can do different configurations.
Sure.
This one's in the Thrust, and we'll have the audience right up next to the kids on stage.
Which is a really cool way to display this. And again, it kicks off at the Theater Center coming up this Friday. What time?
7 p.m. on Friday.
7 o'clock on Friday. If you want to find out more, call them at 267-8534. 267-8534, or go to the website, Theater Center, that's theatercenter.com. All right? A lot going on at the Theater Center. Make sure and get you and your family involved. And again, it begins this Friday. Scott Dunlap, thanks so much. We hope you'll come back and join us when you finish your next project, and I bet you got one in the works. We hope you'll join us also tomorrow morning right here at 10.